everybody, and welcome to Football Manager 26. It's finally out. It's a little bit better than what it was again. It's a little bit better than what it was in the beta. So we can now begin our main save of the season, or the first half of the season at least. And Sheffield Wednesday is our destination. After a little bit of tinkering and a little bit of help from the Football Manager community, Sheffield Wednesday have their points deduction in place. They have lost the chairman, finally, thank God for that, from their perspective. So we are ready to try and see if we can survive from -12. And I'll put the link in the description if you want to have a go at this one as well. I think it's a really interesting challenge. From all the time I have done Football Manager videos, I have never taken control of a team with a points deduction at the start of the season. So yeah, we need to win 4 games, essentially, before we even get going. It is going to be a tough ask. 50 points is normally the minimum to keep you up on a good season in the Championship, and this is a competitive Championship league. There is no doubt about that. So yeah, so we need an extra 12 points. So we need 62, which is good enough for mid-table most seasons, just to survive. Added to that, the club is under a transfer embargo. Now we are in the real world version of the game, so 2 players will join us regardless of this before the end of the transfer window. It does mean we start the season how Sheffield Wednesday would have done in real life, with not many options in goal to be talked about in a second. So yeah, it is as real as it can be down at the bottom of the Championship. Now, with all the turmoil that has happened during the summer with Sheffield Wednesday, we have lost some big players. We've lost the likes of Callum Patterson, Josh Windass, Michael Smith, all went on their way. Danny Roll left the football club as well. So we are in very much behind the 8-ball position. We do still have a bit of quality. Barry Bannon is still here. He is the heartbeat of this football club and has been for some time. Liam Palmer is still here. Jan Valery is still here. Dominic Iorfa, Jamal Lowe, Nathaniel Chalabar, Max Lowe. So there are some good players in here. There is a basis of a squad. It is a small squad. 22 players at the moment, including Killian Barrett, who is going to be right in the firing line from the word go, because he is our only fit goalkeeper at this point in time. So yeah, we are very much in uncharted territory for me as a Football Manager player. 22 players in a squad is not where I would normally be. You'd normally double that, possibly, or at least get it up to 30 to give us plenty of options. So yeah, January's going to be an interesting time. If a takeover happens before January, of course, there is the prospect that that may well not happen till after the January transfer window is closed. So we are, as I say, in very, very dangerous territory. Let's have a look at some of the key players, though, going into the season. And we start with the man whose job it will be to score the goals, and that is Ike Ugbu. Has been around a very long time, even though he's only 26 years of age, finishing at 12, pace of 15. We're going to use that and try and utilise that quite a lot. Plays as a centre forward. I like it. They've got rid of the advanced forward this year, so he's a centre forward now rather than advanced one. Either way, he will be critical to where goals happen. During his career, he's had 235 appearances so far. He's scored 53 goals, so that's about 1 in 5. Needs to be a lot better than that for us. He will, however, be ably assisted by Bailey Cadamartri. Young player, 20 years old. I remember his dad playing, Danny Cadamartri. If he's anything like that, with the tenacity and things like that, he will go far. He has the potential to be a 4-star player, currently a 3-star player. He would definitely be pivotal to whether we stay up or not. Next man we need to talk about is Sante Ingelsson, attacking midfield player. Has done well so far from what I've seen of Sheffield Wednesday in real life. So I'm interested to see how he gets on in Football Manager. Finishing of only 7, which would suggest he's not going to be in the goals. But he has the ability to create chances for other. He is going to be the midfield dynamo, I think, for me, particularly with aggression of 16. He's going to be in the centre of the park, in the war zone, trying to keep that ball away from the back four and hopefully get us on the counter-attack. Lots of players, incidentally as well, are out of contract at the end of the season. So it's ideal for me because we're going to have a big churn of players and I do like that. And the last man to highlight is the skipper, Barry Bannon. Starting his 11th season with Sheffield Wednesday, he has seen it all. From relegation to League One, to the problems that we have currently faced to this point. 35-year-old Barry Bannon now, 27 caps for Scotland. He is our most experienced player by a country mile, with 547 appearances, and we are going to need every inch of his experience to survive the drop. Formation-wise, I think we're probably going to stick with what Henrik Pedersen is doing in real life and go for 3-4-3. It makes sense to do it. I know it looks like a 5 at the back system now, but we have an abundance of centre-halves. We have a couple of decent wing-backs, not a lot of wiggle room in the middle of the park, and we've got strikers that are okay. So I think we need to kind of just be the defensive side, make the games tight, and try to win them by the odd goal. I think that's the best route forward. Set pieces are going to be a key thing for us as well as we look to try and do the impossible and escape from -12. Dynamics-wise, despite all the off-the-field problems, the on-the-field situation is a fairly happy one at the moment. The atmosphere could be better, but it's okay. Team cohesion hasn't changed too much, won't change too much until January, and we may just tinker. We'll see how we are and where we are. If I'm still in the job by January, of course, it's going to be a tough old task, is this. And the team are behind me, which is crucial when you first come in to a football club, that the players are with you, because they have to be with you if we're going to do this together. If we are in need of some players from the youth setup, there are a couple that are okay. I'm looking at Favour Iniquel. He looks alright for a winger, 19. Got Cole McGee, centre-back if we need a centre-back. Joe Emery as well, looks alright on paper at least. Further forward, there's not too much. So yeah, 3 or 4 in the under-21s at least that can make the step up. And not a great deal in the under-18s, sadly. A couple of 1-stars, a couple of potential ones, but only 16 years old, all of these guys. Obviously, with the way the football club has been run over the last few years, youth team and things like that, it's all been stripped back. It's all been taken away by the previous owner. So I'm glad he's gone. I'm sure many other people are, including a lot from the Sheffield Wednesday contingent, if not all of them. And when I mentioned earlier about players being out of contract, I didn't realise it was quite as bad as this. So we have 55 players in total, so across the 3 teams. 24 of them are out of contract in the summer, including Barry Bannon, Dominic Iorfa, Ingleson we mentioned earlier, Lowe, Charles, the goalkeeper. He's only 20, bless him. Goodness me. Thornton, Johnson, Chalabar, all of them in that predicament. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, I'm going to try and retain some of these players because they've stuck with us through a very difficult time, and they need to be rewarded with that once we get to the point where we can kind of offer them a little bit more money and maybe see how we get on. But yeah, there will be some changes to the squad as we go through this series. And lastly, before we take a look at who we are playing first up, we are using the real fixtures, so you can probably guess who we've got first up. We will look at the season preview now. I think this has been fixed from the beta, which is good. So Ipswich start as the favourites. Leicester at 11-4. Southampton at 10-3. You would expect the relegated sides to be the ones up there. Sheffield United, boo, Sheffield United 7-2. Middlesbrough at 7-1. Birmingham at 17-2 despite coming up last season. Obviously you can't see Wrexham in this picture at the moment, but I will scroll down because there they are. So the current leaders, Coventry City, are at 10-1 as well. This is what I mean about the Championship being as competitive as it's ever been. Even Portsmouth are only at 50-1 for promotion. We are at 400 because we are on the deficit. And yeah, we're quite a way back from everybody else, as I have already mentioned. But yeah, we've got some work to do. That's very much an understatement. But we're going to give it a damn good go. And we start our Championship season at probably one of the most difficult places to go to, the King Power, as we take on Leicester City on the opening night of the Championship season. We have got 3 games in between that to prepare for me to assess what else we've got and to get us ready for game 1 of quite possibly the toughest Football Manager season I will ever undertake. -12 isn't for everybody, and it is a challenge, and it's a challenge I'm looking forward to. So join me next time for the trip to the King Power. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.